Hey guys, Coach Jackie here with another episode of Coach's Corner. Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about protein. As you know, protein is one of the macronutrients. There's three macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. But today I really wanted to focus on protein because I noticed that many of my newer clients struggle with hitting their protein targets. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what protein does in the body and give you guys tips on how you can increase your protein in your diet and why it's important to do so. So basically, protein is the building block of muscle made up of amino acids. And not only is it the building block of muscle, but also other structures of the body, things like our ligaments and our tendons. It's extremely important to eat high protein. Part of the aging process is that we lose muscle. So if you don't use it, you lose it. It is part of the aging process, and that is called sarcopenia. Now, the good news is we can do things in our lifestyle, make some lifestyle changes to help combat this. So what we recommend for that is a high protein diet as well as resistance training. Those two things are going to be key to help with that sarcopenia. We want to be nice and strong. Not only that, resistance training also helps with our bone density. So petite ladies like myself are very at risk for osteoporosis. But if we resistance train, that's really going to help with that. So anyway, so protein has 4 calories per gram. So that's great. It's not very high in calories as opposed to fat, which has 9 calories per gram, excuse me. So that is one of the benefits as well. Another great thing, and especially with my dieters, my clients that are going through fat loss phases, the great thing about protein, I put them all on a high protein diet because another benefit is that it's very satiating, meaning that protein keeps you full. So an example of this, let's say you're going to have a 200 calorie snack. So if you have, let's say, a candy bar, not that a candy bar is bad, but I'm just using an example. If you have a candy bar as a snack versus a Greek yogurt as a snack, guess which one's going to make you fuller for longer? The Greek yogurt, because it's high in protein. So that would be a better choice for a snack, especially if you're in a fat loss phase where you don't have a lot of calories to play with. So if you're in a fat loss phase, you're eating less calories than you're expending. So hunger can become an issue, especially later on through that fat loss phase. You know, as you go through that fat loss phase, your body does adapt, and eventually your coach or your app or whatever you're using is going to have to cut your calories for you to have you continue to make progress as those adaptations take place. So including protein, a high protein diet is really going to help with that. It's really going to help keep you full. Just like I gave that example, a candy bar versus a yogurt. The yogurt is definitely going to keep you fuller for longer. Another great thing about protein and why a great macro for our fat loss phase clients, and really all clients, I really push a high protein diet. I mean, there is a range. So as long as you're within that range, we're good. Some people prefer to be on the lower end of the range, and that's fine. Some people prefer to be on the higher end of the range, and that's fine. So we also take into account client preference. Because if you like to be on the lower end of the range, as long as you're getting the amount of protein that your body needs, we're fine with that, and we can work with you. You know, your coach can definitely work with you and make your diet something that you're going to be able to sustain. Because if we're giving you targets that you don't like, a high protein diet, not that high, you can't really be compliant with it. That's really going to make a difference, because really one of the most important things in a diet is how well can you adhere to this, So when you're trying to choose a diet that's going to work for you, adherence is really going to be key. What can you adhere to? What is sustainable for you? So anyway, a great thing about protein is that it has a very high thermic effect of food. And what that means is when we eat our food, we do burn calories as we digest it. And protein, out of all the macros, has the highest thermic effect of food. So basically, you burn about 30% of your calories digesting the protein just by the digestion process. So that's really awesome, especially for dieters. You're burning calories, 30% of calories from protein, approximately, just through the digestion process. So that is another win, another good thing about protein. So if you fall into that category where you're struggling to hit your protein targets, I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips that might help, that have helped my clients. So basically, I can't tell you exactly how much protein you personally need because I don't know you. I'm not your coach. My clients do get personalized targets based on their goals and their needs, but I can give you like a general range. So basically, I would say hit about 20 to 40 grams of protein, especially men more in the 30 to 40 gram range. Ladies, depending on your size, between 20 and 30 grams of protein for the ladies. Try and hit that with every meal that you eat. So every meal, protein should be the superstar. So if you base your meal first and foremost with your protein, that should be your priority. And then your side dishes are the other macros. So for example, for breakfast, instead of just having a bowl of cereal, there's nothing wrong with a bowl of cereal, but we need to get some protein in there. So maybe you want to have a side of egg whites, some turkey bacon. Every single meal, make sure you're having protein, including your snacks. So for breakfast, have some eggs, some turkey bacon. If you like warm cereal, if you like oatmeal, throw some protein powder in there. That's really gonna help. Other things, I would suggest to have at least 5 meals a day where you're getting, protein in about every 4 to 5 hours, so you can really maximize on that muscle protein synthesis. So try and aim, between 20 to 40 grams of protein boluses about every 4 to 5 hours or so. And about between 3 and 5 is the recommended amount. But I find it easier, at least for myself and a lot of my clients as well, is if they have more of the 4 to 5 meals a day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe 1 to 2 high protein snacks. So every single meal, protein's your superstar. That's going to help you. Snacks should also be high protein. So things like fat-free dairy, Greek yogurt is a great option. Maybe low-fat beef jerky for a snack. Cold cuts with some cheese and a piece of fruit. Every single snack. I don't want you just to have, let's say, some chips. There's nothing wrong with chips, but add maybe some cold cuts, maybe have some tuna on crackers. That's really gonna help. And really be mindful, like, okay, every single meal I'm gonna really focus on hitting my protein. So that should really help. And as you practice it, it's like any skill. As you practice it, you'll really get into the habit of eating protein, and you're going to notice that you're going to feel more satiated throughout the day. You're not going to have those big roller coasters of being all of a sudden starving. Your hunger is going to be more manageable when you eat things that are more satiating. So good sources of protein would be lean meats, seafood, chicken, low-fat dairy. Eggs is another great one. If you are a vegan, soy, it would be a good option for you. Quinoa, beans, adding different grains together, so when they're combined, you get all of your essential amino acids. All of those things would be great options. And if you're really struggling, add a protein shake in there, and you can make those really tasty. Put them in a blender, make a protein shake, maybe add a little banana, a little PB2 to it, and that could be very filling and just a really convenient way to get your protein up. So I hope that helps. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you want any other tips. But I hope that helped. And I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day. You can find me at Nutrition with Nurse Jackie. So make sure to give me a follow. I put up educational content quite often. So I would love for you guys to follow me. And if there's any topics you ever want me to discuss, my DMs are always open. I am happy to put up posts on whatever interests you guys. Talk to you later.